Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good evening, whatever may be the time you are watching. Dear warriors, I don't say students, it's you are the warriors. In front there is battle with exams. So I am with a question relating to chapter amalgamation. Amalgamation question number 7 we are doing. In this video, I'll help you to do the problem as well as you can also solve this. Okay, I'll first explain the question. Try to solve by yourself. If you couldn't solve with the explanation, then you continue the video and see the answer also. So here we go. It is given that amalgamation question number 7 we are doing. Okay, I use the fresh wherever possible. The Moon Limited company, Star Limited company have agreed to amalgamate. They want to amalgamate a new company called Planet Company. A new company called Planet Company Limited has been formed to take over the combined concerns as on 31st December 1996. After negotiations, the assets and liabilities of two companies have been agreed as shown in the following balance sheet. Okay, so assets and liabilities are taken over by the new company, Planet Company, Moon Company, Star Company coming together. Moon और स्टार दोनों मिलके एक नया कंपनी बन रहे प्लैनेट. ये प्लैनेट में मून भी रहेगा, स्टार भी रहेगा, लेकिन इनकी इंडिविजुअल आइडेंटिटी नहीं रहेगी. एज ए प्लैनेट कंपनी दे विल बी आइडेंटिफाइड. ओके, दिस इज कॉल्ड अमालगमेशन. ओके, सो इन दिस Moon Company, Star Company both are there. That Moon Company, Star Company agreed to come together and form as a new company, Planet Company Limited. Okay, their balance sheet is being given to us. They are having liabilities side share capital, okay, of 10 rupees each. Moon 1 lakh and Star 50,000. How many number of shares? 1 lakh divided by 10, 10,000, and Star 50,000 divided by 10, 5,000. Sundry creditors, this is outside liability. Okay, outside liability. Reserve fund, profit and loss account, these are the reserves. Come to the asset side. Land and building 50,000, 30,000. Plant and machinery 20,000, 25,000. Patents only in Moon Company is there. In Star Company it is not there. Only Moon के लिए है. Goodwill, intangible assets. Patents and goodwill are intangible assets. Land and building are tangible assets. Okay. Goodwill is 5,000. Only in Star Company it is there. Stock 15,000 and 2,000. Debtors we call it as trade receivables from company point of view. So वर्टिकल बैलेंस शीट के लिए डेटास 12,000 एंड 2,000. कैश एट बैंक 5,000 एंड 1,000 respectively. These are the assets and liabilities. Show how amount is payable to each company to arrive at and prepare the amalgamated balance sheet of new company. What they are saying? They are saying to prepare how each company will be paid. A companies को how payment will be made, that we need to tell. As well as they are saying you to prepare after amalgamation balance sheet. So as it is asked in the question one thing, so it is not our working note. it will become answer. So I'll make it as answer 0.1. Okay, it is not a working one. Generally, calculation of purchase consideration, how you will pay means purchase consideration in the form of shares we will pay. So you consider it as a bit, consider it as a, आंसर में ए बिट है. बी बिट क्या है? बी बिट बैलेंस शीट बना, ए बिट कैलकुलेशन ऑफ परचेज कंसिडरेशन. एंड they didn't ask you to prepare general entries, but we will prepare general entries also so that you can understand how to solve this problem. If nothing mentioned, when all assets and liabilities, if nothing mentioned, all assets and liabilities are taken over, all assets and liabilities taken over at book value, at book value, then and there is no adjustment to the assets, that is they are taking it book value, and payment is made in the form of shares, only in the form of shares, and amalgamated company will continue the same nature of business as of the earlier. Okay, transferee company will continue the business of transferor company, then we will treat it as amalgamation in the nature of merger. All the 5 conditions are satisfying, so we need to consider it as merger. We can do this problem in both methods, but first I'll do it under amalgamation in the nature of merger, then later on same problem we will do in the amalgamation in the nature of purchase. The accounting treatment under merger is pooling of interest method. Which method? Pooling of interest method means both the company's assets and liabilities come together. That's what we need to do, and for that purpose we need to make some uh, changes from purchase method. The difference between purchase consideration and net assets in purchase method will be treated as goodwill, whereas in case of amalgamation in the nature of merger it will be transferred to general reserve. Either credit balance, debit balance, both will be transferred to general reserve account. Which account? General reserve account. Okay, जनरल रिजर्व को ट्रांसफर होते हैं बिकॉज इट इज अमालगमेशन इन द नेचर ऑफ मर्जर. मर्जर में कहाँ पे जाता? इन मर्जर इट विल बी इन द जनरल रिजर्व. सो first we need to see the general entries and the calculation of purchase consideration. So let us make the calculation of purchase consideration. We will do one by one, stepwise, don't worry. How to calculate purchase consideration? If nothing specified, if nothing specified in the question, कुछ भी नहीं बताया क्वेश्चन में, then you treat it as amalgamation in the nature of purchase consideration in the nature of purchase consideration in the nature of net assets method. Purchase consideration will be under net assets method. Okay, purchase consideration net asset method. Okay, which method? Net asset method, or else we will write with the pen itself, don't worry. So and in general entries difference will be transferred to general reserve. All assets including reserves will be taken over by the purchasing company, but for calculating purchase consideration we will take only net assets. Net assets means the same thing which you have done for goodwill, super profits method. Okay, capital employed के लिए whatever you do, the same thing you need to do here also. agreed value of assets taken over minus agreed value of liabilities taken over. Agreed value of assets taken over minus agreed value of liabilities taken over, you will get purchase consideration. I have taken calculation of purchase consideration amount in rupees. I'll write here. Which method we are doing? Under we are doing under net asset method. Okay, I'll write net assets method. Yep. Under net assets method, agreed value of assets taken over minus agreed value of liabilities taken over will give the purchase consideration under net assets method. What are the assets we are having? Land and building. Land and building 50,000 for Moon company, 30,000 for, where it is given in the question, it is given, see there at here top. Okay, next amalgamation. So total also I am taking for the purpose of general entries, it will be useful, so I will take total also 80,000, 50 plus 30. Plant and machinery 20,000 plus 25,000, so 25,000. Total 20 plus 25, 45,000, so I will write 45,000. Next we are having patents. Patents only in one company it is there, in other company it is not there, so we will write, put a dash. Next 11,000 as total. Goodwill, if you don't take total column then also no problem, but for the purpose of my clarity I have taken. So it is how much goodwill? 5,000. Only in star company it is there, for Moon it is not there, so total 5,000. Next stock. Stock we call it as inventory also, 15,000 and 2,000. 15,000 plus 2,000, total 15 plus 17,000, so 17,000. Next sundry datas. Sundry datas we are having 12,000, so 12,000, 2,000. Oh, sorry, 2. It's not 3. It has come. So total 14,000. 12 plus 2, 14,000. Cash at bank 5,000. They said all assets and liabilities. All means including cash bank. So total 6,000. Now total assets taken over. All assets you are taking, na? All assets you are taking. Take out your calculator and do the calculation. Not required. When all assets are taken over, we need to consider this total. This total is correct total itself, so you take that total itself. Why to calculate again? कभी कभी गलत रहता, maximum times it is correct. So we take that one. Total assets of side of balance sheet 1,13,000. So take 1,13,000. One more 0 and 65,000 for star. 1,13,000 plus 65, it will become 33. बाजू में रखा दो 5. 3 plus 5 8 and 1,10,000 60,000, 1,78,000. 1,78,000 we will write total. Next, less liabilities taken over at agreed value. What are the liabilities we are having? We are having only sundry creditors only. We are having one liability, sundry creditor. that is 8000 and 5000. So we will write here 8000 5000. So write here minus, only one item is there. If more than one are there, we will take all. Minus 8000 minus 5000. So total minus 13,000. 8 plus 5 13. छोटे छोटे कैलकुलेशंस है, आराम से कर लेना. Oh, I have taken it wrong place. Don't worry, we can handle this. I'll do one thing. We need to take it Sunday creditors, not at there. So minus, again I need to type 8,000, 5,000 and 13,000. Minus 13,000 in brackets we will write, so that you can have a clarity. If anything in bracket, that is minus. This is how we need to do. So purchase consideration 1,13,000 minus 8,000. 1,13,000 minus 8,000. So 1,10,000 minus 8, 1,02,000. 2 plus 3 5. So 1,05,000 it will be 1,05,000. Okay, 65,000 minus 5,000, 60,000. So total it will become 1,65,000. दोनों मिला के. Right. This is how we need to do the calculation of purchase consideration. How payment will be made? To Moon Limited 1,05,000 purchase consideration, to Star Limited 60,000 will be paid in the form of equity shares. Will be paid in the form of equity shares. Okay, till here any doubt? Till here any doubt? No doubts, sir. If you have any doubt, go back to the video and watch it. Okay, again you can repeatedly see the things. So purchase consideration आ गया. So see here, journals in the books of Planet Company Limited. Okay, transferee company. Which company? I'll write here transferee. Which company? Transferee. Purchasing company. Here amalgamation na? So transferee we can call it as transferee company. Okay, in the books of transferee company general entries. What are the general entries we are having? Okay, I'll highlight little bit so that you could have a bit clarity. No, bold it is already there. Okay, particulars and journal entry format, serial number, particulars, amount. LF column I didn't take, it is not required. So general entries देखेंगे एक एक. First general entry, some space if required we can insert arrow. So that is first entry. This is second entry. The clarity will be there. Insert. This is another calculation. Actually we could do it separately. Right. see here, all assets and liabilities of transferor company have been taken over by transferee company. Which company? Transferee company, Planet Limited. So in the books of Planet Limited, we are recording the journal entries for amalgamation in the nature of merger. कौन सा? Merger. Okay, I'll write here merger method. In merger method, all assets and liabilities will be considered. Acha, you are purchasing one company, so you need to pay to them one thing called purchase consideration. For purchase consideration payable, what will be the general entry? What you are purchasing? Business. So business purchase account debit to liquidator of Moon Company Limited. How much purchase consideration we need to pay? We need to pay purchase consideration here. It is there. I'll highlight these things. కొంచెం కలర్ఫుల్ ఉంటే బాగుంటుంది కదా. సో 1,05,000 to Moon Limited we need to pay. So Moon Limited, how much we need to pay? Moon Limited 1,05,000 purchase consideration. To Star Limited 60,000. Together 1,65,000 we need to pay debit side. Business purchase account debit to liquidator of Moon Limited, liquidator of Star Limited. Being business purchase, being purchase consideration due or payable, whatever you want to write, right? And here I am taking combined entry. You can also write each company separately. First, for the Moon Company only, business purchase account debit to liquidator of Moon Company Limited 1,05,000. Then all assets taken over, liabilities taken over. Land account debit, plant and machinery account debit, patents account debit, whatever assets we are having, all assets taken over. See here, whatever assets are there, here whatever you are writing in the purchase consideration, here these you need to debit. Land account debit, plant and machinery account debit, patents account debit, goodwill account debit, stock account debit. If goodwill is not there, don't write. For Moon, whatever are there, that you need to debit to sundry creditors, to reserve fund, to P&L account, except to share capital. Remaining all you need to credit. For the amalgamation in the nature of merger, all reserves will be considered except share capital. So all assets will be debited to liabilities except share capital, because share capital is owners funds that will be paid to them itself in the form of purchase consideration. So let us see what is being here given. So all, but individually writing more number of entries. So what I did, I combinedly taken for that purpose itself this total column I have used. यहाँ पे टोटल कॉलम में जो भी दिख रहे हैं वो पूरा लिख दो, जनरल एंट्री में हो जाता combinedly. Either you can write only of Moon Limited, then you write general entry for Star Limited. Okay, so in both way it is correct. Don't worry about it. For time is less, and in the question it is not asked. For our purpose to learn the things, practice the things, we are writing. So land account debit 80,000 together, both. Plant and machinery account debit, we are having plant and machinery, whatever. See here, land account debit, plant and machinery account debit, I'll tick here, you check there. Land account debit, plant and machinery account debit, see here, plant and machinery, land. Patents account debit, patents, goodwill, stock, every account. Sundry debtors 14,000, 6,000 cash at bank, two, 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 two. What we need to take into? We need to take all liabilities. I said all liabilities except to share capital. Share capital को छोड़ के बाकी पूरा लेना है. Two creditors, two reserve fund, two P&L account. Together you write. Singly not. Together you write. If you are writing general entry for each company, then you write single. Two sundry creditors, 8,000 plus 5,000, 13,000. Two reserve fund, 5,000. Two profit and loss account, 10,000. Two business purchase. Two business purchase, this one. Here it is debited, na? Two business purchase, here it will be credited. Now you check debit side and credit side. Debit side and credit side. Debit side it is till here. Cash at bank till assets here itself. How much it is? 1,78,000. 1,78,000. Debit side. Credit side. Credit side more than that is there. 1,65,000 plus 5,000. 65 plus 5. 70. 70 plus 10. 80. 80 plus 13. 1,93,000. 1,93,000. Okay, so credit side is more than the debit side. Then we will write amalgamation in the nature of merger. So general reserve account will be debited. General reserve account will be debited with the balancing figure. This is very crucial thing you need to understand. All assets I have debited to all liabilities and reserves and business purchase. Remaining balancing figure will be general reserve. If debit side is more, then we will write general reserve to general reserve. Narration क्या लिखते? Being assets and liabilities of transferor companies recorded in the books of and balance transfer to general reserve account. Balance transfer to general reserve account. Next we are having liquidator of, we need to pay off the परचेस कंसिडरेशन ड्यू. सो लिक्विडेटर किसको पे करते हैं? बीच में कौन है? परचेसिंग कंपनी सेलिंग कंपनी के बीच में, अमालगमेटिंग कंपनी अमालगमेटेड कंपनी के बीच में लिक्विडेटर. सो थ्रू लिक्विडेटर वी विल पे. सो लिक्विडेटर ऑफ मून कंपनी अकाउंट डेबिट, लिक्विडेटर ऑफ स्टार कंपनी अकाउंट डेबिट 1,05,000, 60,000. टू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल, यू आर इश्यूइंग इक्विटी शेयर्स. Being purchase consideration is discharged by issue of equity shares in Moon Limited 10,500 and in Star Limited 6,000 of rupees 10 each. If you multiply, you will get this amount itself. Okay. Suppose you are not writing the general reserve. You are not writing the general entries, directly preparing the balance sheet. Then this working will help you. This working will help you in doing the problem. Okay, this working is there. This working note will help you. Okay, what is this working? Calculation of general reserve balance. आप किसको पे करना? शेयर होल्डर्स को पे करना. किसके? मून लिमिटेड के. कितना पे करना है? व्हाट इज शेयर कैपिटल ऑफ मून लिमिटेड? शेयर कैपिटल ऑफ मून लिमिटेड, सी हियर इन द क्वेश्चन, 1 लाख. शेयर कैपिटल ऑफ स्टार लिमिटेड एक्सेप्ट दीज, आई सेड ना, ये जो एक्सेप्ट जो जनरल एंट्रीज में आने वाले हैं उसको पकड़ो. 1,05,000, 1 lakh plus 50,000, 1,50,000. 1,50,000 we need to pay to the shareholders of Moon Limited and Star Limited together. How much you are paying as purchase consideration? How much purchase consideration you are paying? You are paying purchase consideration only 1,65,000. Purchase consideration 1,65,000 है, but worth is how much? 1,50,000. 1,50,000 के बदले में आप पे कर रहे कितना? 1,65,000 extra amount you are paying na. If you are paying extra in amalgamation in the nature of merger, it will be treated as debit of general reserve account, debit to general reserve. If it is in the nature of purchase, we will treat it as goodwill. Okay, see here that calculation. Shares capital, share capital in Moon Limited, share capital in, this is the amount payable to shareholders of transferor company. यहाँ पे एक छोटी सी transferor spelling कभी कभी टाइपिंग में हो जाता. Transferor company, total amount you need to pay 1,50,000, but purchase consideration you are paying 65,000 minus general reserve जो भी है general reserve में आता, because amalgamation is in the nature of merger. merger में है तो debit or credit will be treated as general reserve only. If it is in the nature of purchase, we will treat it as goodwill. Okay, this is the part till general entries. I made the general entries before because to type the general entries it takes time. Let us see the other calculation. What he has asked you to prepare, आपको क्या बोला उसने? He has asked you to prepare balance sheet prepare करो बोले. Balance sheet, this is BBIT, this is BBIT. ABIT is how you will pay, that is purchase consideration. BBIT is balance sheet of Planet Company Limited. Planet Company लिखेंगे, Planet Company Limited after amalgamation. How pro forma will be there, that we will write. Share capital, reserves and surplus, non current liabilities कुछ भी नहीं है. Okay, we are having share capital. See the question, we are having share capital, reserves, but no current liability. Current liabilities are there, sundry creditors, but non-current liabilities are not there. In assets both, current assets, non-current assets both are there. So our pro forma will be based on this itself. So we will write pro forma. शेयर कैपिटल के लिए एक नोट बनाना पड़ेगा, नोट नंबर 1 फॉर शेयर कैपिटल. ओके, 1 प्रिपेयर करके अमाउंट लाएंगे. रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस नोट नंबर 2, जनरल रिजर्व, P&L अकाउंट सब चीज़ें हैं. नॉन करंट लायबिलिटीज नॉट देयर, सो नो रिक्वायर्ड, राइट देयर ए डैश आर नील. ओके, नील, कुछ अमाउंट नहीं है. करंट लायबिलिटीज के लिए नोट प्रिपेयर कर लो 3. सॉरी, यहाँ पे नहीं, यहाँ पे करंट लायबिलिटीज में ट्रेड पेएबल एक ही चीज़ है, ट्रेड पेएबल. करंट लायबिलिटीज इंक्लूड्स ट्रेड पेएबल, सो वी विल राइट 3 नोट नंबर. नॉन करंट, then total liabilities you will be having. Next part 2, assets. Assets में non current assets, under that first one plant property equipment. Under plant property equipment we will call as per the new schedule, revised schedule of Companies Act 2013, fixed assets are called as plant property equipment. अभी के लिए तो tangible assets का, intangible assets का एक working note करना है as a 4. Plant property equipment working note 4. Then current assets we are having. Under current assets, inventories 6, trade receivables 7, and cash and bank balance 8. Cash at bank, cash equivalents. So these many notes. If one item is there, no need to prepare any schedule separate notes. Directly you can write inventories. What are the inventories amount? Directly you can write inventories amount. But when you are not writing the general entries, only writing the balance sheet pro forma, then we need to prepare the notes. For each and everything. So here, notes forming part of balance sheet, I prepared one statement. First one is what? शेयर कैपिटल. तो शेयर कैपिटल लिखेंगे. शेयर कैपिटल. ओके. इन शेयर कैपिटल, issued, subscribed, paid up capital, whatever name it is. How many shares we require? Okay. 1,65,000 is our total capital. So 16,500 equity shares of rupees 10 each. नोट नंबर शेयर कैपिटल के लिए 1. नोट नंबर 1, amount we will take into outer column. 16,500. How you got 16,500? Anyone? मून के लिए 10,000. मून के शेयर्स 10,500 प्लस स्टार 6,000. Okay, together it is become one more point also we can write. All above shares have been issued for consideration other than cash. Because these shares are issued in for paying purchase consideration. All above shares have been issued for consideration other than cash. आप पैसे में ये शेयर्स इश्यू नहीं करें, पूरे के पूरे शेयर्स इश्यू करें टू मून एंड स्टार. प्लस के बदले में एंड लगाएंगे, देन इट विल बिकम परफेक्ट. एंड स्टार 6,000. टोटल अमाउंट 1,65,000. टोटल 1,65,000 total. Next heading, very important one. Next one is reserves and surplus. Reserve and surplus. In reserves and surplus, we are having reserve fund, रिजर्व फंड है, क्वेश्चन में देखो ऊपर, रिजर्व फंड 5000 फॉर स्टार, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट दोनों के लिए भी है 5000 प्लस 5000 10,000. सो रिजर्व फंड नोट नंबर 2, रिजर्व फंड स्टार का हाउ मच 5000 रिजर्व फंड स्टार का एंड प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट 5000 प्लस 5000, मून प्लस स्टार 5000 प्लस 5000 10,000. We can also use inner column. Total amount 10,000 15,000 दोनों मिला के. ओके, लेस वी आर हैविंग लेस जनरल रिजर्व, जनरल रिजर्व डेबिट बैलेंस, जनरल डेबिट बैलेंस minus 15,000. So total of reserves and surplus will become नील लिखने के लिए इतना कर प्रश्न कर रहा है. NIL right. So reserves and surplus become nil. Next note number 3, we require note number 3, trade payables. Okay, trade payables, trade payable, that is nothing but sundry creditor, you can write sundry creditor or trade payable. Note number 3, moon or else sundry creditors, moon के 8,000 plus 5,000 sundry creditors how much 13,000, 8 plus 5 13. अच्छा है मेरे याद था. और ज़्यादा डिस्क्रिप्शन चाहते तो क्या कर सकते, सन्ड्री क्रेडिटर्स के नीचे मून इनर कॉलम 8000, स्टार इनर कॉलम 5000, आउटर कॉलम 13000। इतना मेरे पास टाइम है भाई, ये लिखना ही ज़रा है। टोटल 13000, राइट। नेक्स्ट ट्रेड पेएबल हो गया। नेक्स्ट वर्किंग नोट रिलेटेड टू फिक्स्ड असेट्स, प्लांट प्रॉपर्टी इक्विपमेंट वाला। ये प्लांट प्रॉपर्टी इक्विपमेंट नथिंग बट फिक्स्ड असेट्स। Note number 4, fastest. In this tangible assets, land and building, land and building. How much? 50,000 plus 30,000. 50,000 plus 30,000, total 80,000. And right, 80,000, right. Next, plant and machinery we are having. Plant and machinery 20,000 plus 25,000, 20 20,000 plus 25,000, total 45,000. Outer column, total tangible assets. How much? Tangible, total tangible assets 80 plus 45, 125, right. Next, B category, intangible assets. Intangible assets. In intangible assets we are having patents of directly outer column, 11,000 patents. Goodwill of Star, 5,000, total 16,000. Next working we require for inventory stock. stock. Inventories are stocks. What is the amount of inventories or stocks? ये भूल गया मैं. 15,000 plus 2,000, 15,000, 2,000, 17,000. So note number 5, inventories or stocks. Stock 15,000 plus 2,000, total order column 17,000. मून का और दोनों का मिला के. I am telling now, if you want to write, put it in total 17. Next we are having trade receivable. Trade receivable. Trade receivable. Dot number 6, trade receivables, sundry debtors. $12,000 plus 12,000 plus 2,000, 14,000. I'm telling you, if you want to write sundry debtors, moon inner column 12,000, outer column also, sorry, star inner column 2,000, outer column take you 14,000. That's it. Like that also we can do. I don't want to take much time. Time pass करने का नहीं है. First we need to solve the problem. Oh my god. एक rule. एक काम करता हूँ. यहाँ पे काम करते हैं. Cash and cash equivalents. Cash equivalents 7. ये क्या? यहाँ पे नंबरिंग गलत दिया मैंने. Is 5, 6, 7. Right. Cash at bank. Cash at bank 5,000 and 1,000. 5,000 plus 1,000, totally 6,000. made the notes forming part of balance sheet. Now these amounts, whatever are notes there, we need to write it in balance sheet. See, these amounts will go and they will be replaced in here. 10 is less 65,000. So share capital 1,65,000. 1,65,000. Reserves and surplus, nothing, nil. Nil. Current liabilities, sundry creditors, 13,000. Total liabilities 1,78,000. 1,65 plus 13, 1,78,000. Assets, plant, property, equipment, tangible 1,25,000. Intangible 11 plus 5. Intangible total. Intangible assets total 16,000. So 16,000 intangible assets. Inventories 15 plus 2, 17,000. 14,000 and 6,000. 20 plus 41, 61, 61 plus 17, 1,78,000. 14 plus 6, 20. 125 plus 16, 41, 141. 141 plus 20, 161. 161 17,000, 1,78,000. This is amalgamation in the nature of merger. This is how balance sheet will be prepared in the amalgamation in the nature of merger. In this question I made extra of general entries. If you won't do general entries, you need to do this working. Okay, working note. Working note 1. To get this reserves and surplus balance. जनरल रिजर्व बैलेंस लाने के लिए वो एक करना पड़ेगा. दिस इज द माइनस वैल्यू. we'll highlight it. That itself came here. General reserve less debit balance. Okay, this is the answer. We made calculation of purchase consideration. Then ये थोड़ा ब्राइट वाइट ज़्यादा दिख रहा तो आंखों पे असर ज़्यादा रहता बोल के मैंने पूरा ब्लैक कर दिए. ओके, दिस इज notes forming part of balance sheet. All notes you need to prepare when he is asking just like this. Prepare balance sheet and purchase consideration. In such a case general entry लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, तब पूरे के पूरा करना है. I am saving it and hope you will understand it. Once go through the textbook also for the general entries and go through the illustration. एंड लास्ट बट नॉट लीस्ट, सीखना बन तो जीतना बन। तो जीतने के लिए सीखते रहो।